Just go for it.
Okay.
I'm so happy to know y'all.
Mhm.
There we are. I used a black background on my screen for some reason, so now I can't tell the difference between the Zoom meeting and my screensaver.
Ah,
Oh wow.
Oh,
screen the Zoom meeting so that I wouldn't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah. This is the only Zoom meeting I do, so
I
I don't
tried.
know how to save it though.
You guys can't hear my voiceover, right? I tried to fix it so
No.
Nope.
anymore. Awesome. I did it.
All right, we're recording and we're live. So, welcome to Inspirations Beyond Disabilities. I'm so excited. I was just thinking all day, I'm so excited just to talk to y'all. I watched your Instagram live and I was just so excited that you were doing that.
that was
That was a
so
complete
funny.
accident. Like that was not on purpose.
It was not. It was just a test for us. We were like, let's just see if it works for like 5 minutes.
That's
Let's see if
yeah,
it
we
works.
were like, let's just see if we can figure it out. We're like, oh, everybody's at work. Nobody's gonna hop on. And the next thing you know, there's people, and we're like, oh, hi.
Yeah, we were like, this is just a test. Why are you guys not at work right now? Like, stop.
Yeah, a lot of people were at work. Yeah.
Yeah, we just wanted to see if we could go live, all three of us, but like from the IBD Instagram page.
Why are they outside yelling? If you don't, oh, sorry, guys.
That's
Y'all
how I
hear
feel
that?
because no, but all I hear outside is like the lawnmower or whatever, a saw, something, and I'm like, of course, it's as soon as we do this, they start doing that.
Isn't that
Right.
weird? I am so weird about sounds. Like I can sit on my porch and hear the guy's muffler as he gets on the highway. And the
Oh
highway's like
wow.
a mile and a half away. But I tend to listen to like noises and try and figure out what they are. It'll drive me crazy if there's two noises going on at once, you know?
Same, same. I cannot handle multiple people talking at once
Right.
or so
I'm
many
not ready to
noises.
go like stick my head out the window like shut up. Like he's
That's what
yelling
I
the
want to
same
do.
thing repeatedly for no reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into today's topic, y'all. Are we gonna introduce ourselves or no?
Sure, if you want to. I'm Jason.
Okay, I'm Brittany.
I'm,
Shy.
and I'm Caitlin.
Shy's like, oh, Shy. Yeah, me. So Kate has a story.
It has
Yes.
updates, you guys.
I do, but I feel like we should definitely talk about the Instagram page really quick and
Oh,
For sure.
just we should definitely talk about like what we're trying to do and just kind of give everybody like the rundown what we've all kind of come up with.
Do it.
So we definitely want everyone to, not everyone, but we definitely want people to have a chance to tell their story on our podcast. We want you guys to use our platform and contribute and share your story and what it's been like for you and the motivational parts, the sad parts, whatever you want to share. And we were getting pretty overwhelmed with so many different people reaching out to all four of us differently. So it got really overwhelming for us. And we want to be able to reach back out to everybody. So we decided to come up with an Instagram page, which Shy, if you want to talk about, she put it together for us because she is amazing.
Awesome.
So basically I built the Instagram. It's just the whole team has access to it. It's the IBD team Instagram. And in the bio of the Instagram there is a link tree. If we're not familiar with link tree, it's basically a one-stop link that will give you access to all of our stuff. So there's you click that link tree and it'll give you an option for the YouTube channel where we stream. It gives you I meant to put all of our Instagrams in there. I still have to add and our TikToks and stuff. But the main thing that we want to tell you guys about in the link tree is what we're calling the IBD guest application. And it's basically just a simple form, name, age, blah, 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 blah. Simple form, very easy. I'm not testing you.
We don't need to know all your business.
Exactly. And it's just to keep us organized. And this form would be just like, hey, I'm interested in being on the show. So I would go and I would click the link and I would fill out this application, just so that for us, it's a one-stop place for us to see everyone who's interested in being on the show and to get their information. There's a slot to put your contact information. There's a slot for your links if you're promoting something and you want us to be able to share it. There's a spot for you to put any links that you want us to share, your social media, ways, to find you, reasons you want to be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a simple form. It just makes our lives easier because there's one place that we can check. We're not going to be answering any more DMs about being on the show.
No. But if you contact me that way, I will assume it's just a personal communication,
Yeah.
not an application.
Yeah.
Right. And if you do DM us about the show, or if you need the Instagram link, we're just going to send you to the Instagram page if you want to, whatever it is that you want to share with us, if you want to share your story. So we're just going to, if you do DM us separately, we're going to direct you to the Instagram page anyway.
Yeah.
And you have to be following the Instagram page to fill out. Well, you can fill out the application, but if we see that you're not following the Instagram page, then it's probably not going to work out. So,
Yeah.
but we also do. Go ahead, Jason.
Oh, from my point of view, I want somebody that brings something to the table.
To the table,
right?
Yes.
Like personally, for me, what I'm doing is collecting suggestions from a wide variety of places about disability rights. So when I get the attention of the senator, I want to get the attention of, I know what to ask him for. So, and that's what I'm working at. But that's just me, and that's the type of questions I'll be asking. More of a visual advocacy point of view,
Right. Yeah. And we just want to make it clear, as much as we want everybody to be able to join the show, we are looking for, and you do not have to be blind. You can be a motivational speaker. You can be a disabled sports player. Your story is your story. And if you have something that you want to share, but we do want to make it clear that we look for people that are giving back in some sort of way, that are positive, that are putting facts or information, a lot of like what Brittany likes to share with everybody with the NFB. We look for things like that. If you're not there yet, we understand that, but those are the type of things that we look for when it comes to your profile and through the application, what's going to make you stand out.
Yeah.
So.
And it's not like some weird like hierarchy thing. It's not like a job application where like it's not going to get seen. It's really just a way for all your information to be organized for us to see. That's really what it is.
Like a funnel point,
Yeah, exactly. That's all.
Right.
Because we all met one day and we were like, hey, we all want, and we were like, but what time do we have without guests? But we all had a guest to bring to the table, because honestly, on TikTok, there's so many inspirations.
Yeah, and we were bumping heads, and we're like, well, I told so-and-so, and I told so-and-so. So we were like, look, let's just put it all in one place, put an application in and a schedule so that we can all see this schedule, because we can't have the same, we can't all bring a guest at the same time. Like, that's not gonna work.
Right.
Yeah.
But we appreciate them. We appreciate you, and we love you, and thank you for everything. Thank you for the listens. And by the way, just really quickly, Shy's recommendation to move platforms puts us on Amazon Music and Audible and Radio Public and Stitcher and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So we're officially like everywhere, and I'm really excited about that. So thank you, Shy.
Yeah. Thanks, Shy.
You're the best.
The housekeeping. Is that all the housekeeping? Do we have anything else that we need to cover?
No, we're everywhere and doing everything.
So now we can get into it, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, you guys are. I'm nervous about telling this. I'm so nervous.
I can tell. That's why I was like, oh, I hope I'm not being pushy.
Oh yeah. If you don't want to, we'll move on. We'll just
No. Well, I put it out there anyways on social media, so I might as well talk about it. I'm gonna get out the best that I can about how I feel. But if you guys missed it, I went to my glaucoma specialist yesterday for the first time, and I think it's been like 6 months. And for those of you who don't know, for the past 2.5 years, my vision has only been out of the central part of my right eye, so I can't see anything out of my left eye. I have no top, bottom, or peripherals in my right eye. And I can see colors and lights and shapes and shadows, movements. and I can't really see past about 2 feet in front of me. But apparently there's a bunch of scar tissue that was blocked up that in the central vision of my right eye. And so my doctor asked if he could just do a little laser to remove some of it to see if it would help the vision. And the amount of vision that I have now is, I don't know. I'm still absorbing it. It was an immediate reaction. I'm actually sad that my friend who took me didn't get my initial reaction right after, because it was insane. We were all just in the office before he even like turned the lights all the way back up. I could see so much and I freaked out. I had no words and I just kept looking around at everyone and I was like, I can't handle this. I could not handle it. And it's exciting and I feel blessed. I feel extremely guilty.
Quick question. Can I ask a question real quick? So the doctor, what did he say? Like your initial reaction when you like freaked out? Like
he, everyone just kind of like laughed. Because I was being me. I was like, holy shit. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, dude, and like, this is my doctor. I'm like, dude, I can see your shirt right now. Like I can see, I could see the color, everything. I could see, I couldn't make out the picture on the wall, but the colors just magnified. And I was trying to look at my friend's face from where she was sitting. And I couldn't see her face, but it was like all of the colors that she was wearing just brightened. And I was like, what the hell? And then we went out to eat right after, and I took the menu and the big bold print on the menu, like the name of the restaurant, I could read when I held it up to my face. Like it was very much in my face. The rest of the print I could not read though. Like it was just, that was a big thing for me because I could actually read the name of the restaurant. I mean, it was big and bold, but I haven't been able to do that in 2.5 years. And it was just, it was insane. All of it was just insane. So I know that I'm still legally blind, and my phone is a lot easier to work now.
Nice.
It's wild. It's just the font has just gotten so much more bigger. I feel like, well, it hasn't changed. I just can see it more clear. But I can definitely tell that it's not that I'm not legally blind anymore. I'm gonna officially find out my vision next week because it'll be a week at that point from the laser that he did. So I'm nervous, but like my very first initial like reaction, the first thought when he turned on the lights and I could see so much more. The first thing I said was like, oh my God, they're going to cut my Medicaid. Like they're going to take that was the first thing I thought. I was like, they're going to cut my check and they're going to take my Medicaid and I'm screwed. Like, that's all I thought. Because I know that it's not enough vision, right? To just get in a car or read a book or read a piece of paper. Like, it's not like that. But I was scared. I was like, oh my God, am I not legally blind anymore? What's going to happen? Like, that's all I thought.
They're not going to do that.
No.
And I know that they're not. No, I know that. But that was the first thought was like, oh my God, what if I'm not legally blind anymore? What am I going to do about my health insurance?
Or what if they just don't consider you legally blind anymore? You know?
That's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, go ahead, Brittany.
I don't know about that because, okay, so y'all know in my journey, I lost one eye before I lost the other one.
Right.
So even like, I mean, it was hard for me to get on Social Security because my left eye was still 20/20 with corrective lenses. I was still driving. However, like I still was eligible. I just wasn't as eligible for as much money. But as long as I had an eye that was blind, I was still eligible. So I'm not saying that it would be the same exact thing for you, but I'm sure like they wouldn't just be like, oh, you're gone. Like, I don't think it works that way.
No, I also know that I don't have enough vision to actually be not legally blind. Like even with a prescription on top of it, like I was looking at my phone, I'm still using my magnifying glass, and like some of the font I'm still taking screenshots of because it's still not big enough.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of it did clear up. And so I'm like, I wonder what what prescription I could get on top of this and what that would do. But at the same time, I know that it's not going to be to the point where I'm going to be able to drive or something. I literally have no peripherals. It's only like the central part of my right eye that I got.
You would be surprised how many people I know who drive with no peripherals.
That's terrifying.
That is not okay.
I know a couple of them. Yeah,
I know I could not. Like, I also
in
noticed
the car
that, like,
with kids and everything.
Oh
no.
Yeah, they just won't let it go. I'm like, do you know how many people you're putting in danger?
Yeah, literally.
But let's not get into that. Continue.
Well, I just like
tangent.
I'm like testing it, right? I'm trying to see what I can see. I'm on my friend, we're driving down the highway. I still can't see the words on the signs and stuff, the exits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I still am very much legally blind. It's just the amount that's cleared up it's insane. So I did get nervous about that, but I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, dude, I'm still so blind. Like it's like I'm definitely still.
It's only a blessing though, isn't it?
Oh my God, yeah.
Like every little bit counts.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. And that makes me feel like I'm so grateful, and I don't want to sound selfish, but at the same time, it's kind of like I just feel guilty about a lot of it. Like a lot of it. And I was nervous, like I was so excited to share it. And then I was like, there's all the what ifs. What if people start sending me like hate messages or being like, either you're lying or you didn't deserve it, or try to make me feel guilty about it. And I kind of already do feel guilty about it. And I want people to know that, like, as grateful as I am, if it was between me and somebody else, I would give it to somebody else all day long.
Of course. But you got to remember, it's the system that took it from you. So if the system, but like it's the saying, like if you plunge a knife all the way in, then pull it half the way out, you're not doing me any favors, right? So you should be so happy with what you got, but you should know that you deserve so much more.
I love that.
Yeah. Can you guys hear the lawnmower thing outside?
No.
Do I need to move?
No,
Okay.
no.
If it gets annoying, or if you guys can hear it, I'll move to a different room. It's really loud right now outside my window.
No, can't hear it.
Great at all.
Okay.
Literally can't.
I wanted to say, Kate, that it sounds like your vision is closer to what I have, as far as being able to read things, because in the same vein, when I go out to eat and stuff, I can sometimes read the big fat bold name of the restaurant text, right? But
right.
Definitely not the menu though at all, and definitely can't read any sort of sign anywhere. But I do have a lot of clear vision when it comes to like I can, looking at the screen right now, I can see I cannot see any details on anyone's faces.
Right. Me neither.
Same.
But I can see like the shape of everyone, the different colors of skin versus hair.
Yep.
Clothes,
Same.
all of that. I can see all of that, and I can see the weird smiley face eyebrow guys in our background. But I can't tell, like, if you smile, I know based on what I hear.
Right.
So I feel like our vision,
you know what?
Closer to where I am now, and I'm definitely 100% legally blind, so you're good.
You're good.
You know what, Shy? That reminds me of, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I was so in love with these kinds of pictures. Like, they're a picture and it'll be like a brown skinned woman, but she has no facial features, but like you can see her shirt and her hair is done and earrings, but she just doesn't have a face.
I love
that. That's how I see.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it looks like.
That is, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's exactly basically what I see.
Right.
Now I can't really tell enough with like hair or the lighting or the colors, with the lighting, but I definitely, it's just so much more magnified. It's like I can see so much more detail now than what I could before.
What you could.
That's so cool.
Because literally yesterday, if we were to do this, or like every time that we've recorded, it has just been a blur on my screen, a blob. I can sometimes see when someone's moving around, but that's it. Like, I have not been able to see what I can see on my phone now. And it's wild. It's a lot to take in. It's so much to take in.
And you said you're going to be getting slightly more as it heals?
Um, no, I don't think so. Okay, so
I was gonna ask that question too.
no, so what he did, it wasn't like this is like the laser that cures your vision. The laser removed just scar tissue that was dead that could have potentially been blocking some of the vision that was still in my eye.
Right.
So like
Yeah, because
once he removed that scar tissue, it just cleared the pathway that it was blocking for my vision.
Mm,
because what happens is light hits this like
mm-hmm,
satellite disc in the middle of your eye, and it
mm-hmm,
projects it onto the skin that's in your eye, and that's filled with blood vessels, and then our
Right.
brain interprets that. And so what Caitlin, because I had the same thing, and it's the scar tissue on the what on the skin around the eye, and so it's
mm-hmm.
these little blind spots. And so yeah, I had a vitrectomy where they went in and scraped that stuff out
Oh.
and then
Yep.
gave me new fluid. So, and I got my vision back to where Shy and you are now. So, it,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I deserved it too, you know.
Right. We all
Right.
deserve it.
I just okay. I feel so guilty because like I know that my journey is I feel guilty because it doesn't hurt my feelings to be blind anymore.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
like I would have totally given that opportunity for somebody else to take this from me. And like I I don't know, like I just am not I know how strong I am and I know that like I'm tough about stuff. So like if this wasn't even an option, I wouldn't care. But I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. Why not? Let's do it. But I don't want people to be jealous or envious because it happened to me. And it's not like I've been blind my whole life. I've only been visually impaired for 2.5 years. It's not like it's
Mhm.
and my life is it's not a bad life that I have. I do have a lot to be grateful for, like my parents helped me with a lot of financial stability. I
Mm-hmm.
live across I'm walkable distance to a lot of things. My friends are right across the street. Um, and I didn't have trouble getting on disability. I didn't have trouble with any of that stuff. Like it was just a I can't say it was a smooth process. The beginning was hard and I was very depressed and there was a lot of parts of me that just didn't want to live anymore. And pulling myself out of that was a lot. But like now that I'm past that, I'm not, it's not easy for me to go backwards at that point. We all have our days, but I don't know. I just know that some people struggle 10 times harder than I do. And I know that other people deserve what happened to me yesterday to happen to them as well. And I don't want people to be jealous of that. I just think that my journey hasn't been easy, but it's also not, it doesn't hurt my feelings that much anymore, you know?
Yeah.
You're trying to
So,
go ahead.
you were saying that you said you like went through a phase where it was like you just didn't want to live anymore. I felt that I went through that same phase. And then now another question. So, like, are they gonna go back and do some more, or was it just that one time?
I think if more scar tissue builds up, they'll just keep removing it as it builds up. But from where it
Okay.
was, he said it shouldn't come back. Just because
Hmm.
he already got that part off. But I know like through the past 2.5 years, there's been so much scar tissue that they keep removing as time goes on, but they usually do it within the surgeries that I get.
Hmm.
So like I've had 6 eye surgeries, but I thought, and I've had multiple laser treatments and stuff as well. But that was more for like the blood vessels, to
Hmm.
like hopefully either shrink them or just kind of whatever, to see if it would bring vision back.
Hmm.
And it didn't work at one point. So they just went in and did, surgeries. And then this was just to remove scar tissue. So if more scar tissue builds up, I guess they are going to be able to remove the more that builds up, but I don't know that it'll come back where it was. I don't know.
That's
And
Okay, Shy.
um what I was gonna say, because of the amount of vision that I have always felt that sort of kind of guilt that you're feeling now
me too.
because
Hmm.
there's so many people, right? People that even within my blind friend groups, right, that have way less vision than me.
Hmm.
And I always feel like I have to be a certain way or do a certain amount of things because I have this vision that I do have. Because it's like,
Mhm.
oh, if that person isn't stopping, why am I? Like, I need to be working just as hard or rising above just as
Right.
much.
Mhm.
And it's like I've also dealt with the whole identity crisis of, am I allowed to call myself blind?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
the amount of vision that I have, it's like, well, is that a label that I'm allowed to use? Which is stupid, because who, like, what? You know,
Right. Right.
Mhm.
what I get to label myself. That doesn't make any sense. But
Mhm.
it's just something that I've gone through because of the amount of vision that I have. And I'm destined to lose vision. It's how my condition works. That's how, like, they just don't know when or how fast or how slow. But even in situations where, like, I really want a guide dog, but
Right.
for multiple reasons, I'm like, I don't know that it would be fair for me to even try to,
Mhm.
because of the vision that I have. Because I'm like, I only really 100% would benefit from it at night. And that's half of my life. I feel like I would be taking that opportunity from someone else who has less vision than me, you
Can
know?
I
Right.
just say something?
Yeah.
Your vision is dangerous. Brittany's isn't. Like, Brittany knows she's going to grab her cane and she's going to do her steps. But with our vision, and I want to tell Caitlin to worry about this too, sometimes we think we have more vision than we have. And there's a car
Mhm.
coming and we don't see it until it's the last second, but we're using our eyesight instead of our other
Mhm.
senses because we think we have it. I can't tell you
Mhm.
how many times in cooking I got splattered in the face by grease. So buy some
Right.
glasses because I think I can see better than I can, and eventually I'm like on the hamburger, burning my face because I think I can just see just a little better if I get a little closer. So
Mhm.
you're blind, you know, and to have a guide dog to help you in those situations might be better that you have it than somebody that has the training and cane, you know.
Mm. That makes a lot. I mean, that, yeah, like I know that for the past 2 years, like I always kind of thought that my vision wasn't that bad anyway, because I could see probably more than a lot of visually impaired people can see. And
Mhm.
so, and I didn't realize how much more I really had. It was just blocked. But yeah, I do that all the time. Like I don't use my senses as much as I probably should. And I haven't had training yet on anything, and I obviously still
Mhm.
need it and want it.
Mm-hmm.
But like Brittany, you were trained the right way. They
Mhm.
blindfolded you. They were
Right.
Yep.
not playing, and like
I was
you
blindfolded
know
all day,
how,
every day for
right,
9 months.
and like yeah, so you had the good training for it, and
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
like me, yeah, I have to be like really careful because
Oh, don't
I
worry.
think
I'm bringing my blindfolds when
Yeah.
I see you. If when I finally get a chance to come out there to see you, I'm bringing the blindfolds.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Miami
do the damn thing.
Brittany's gonna whoop my ass.
Miami 2021, right?
It'll just be
um,
crazy.
yeah. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about training. Okay. Oh, yeah. So what Jason said about, like, you think you can see more than you can see, but my thing is with my training and the blindfolds, um, and stuff, I got so used to being blindfolded that I automatically use those senses, blindfolded or not. And
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of the point in the training. Cause like
Right.
that's my go-to is my senses. I'm relying on my senses before I rely on my sight. Even though I can see like my blind counterparts, um, most of them are totally blind. I was the one in the group who could see,
Right.
you know. But I still operated as if I was totally blind. I still do. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. My biggest thing with all of this is I want to obviously set the record straight and tell people that I'm very much still visually impaired.
Oh yeah.
Very much. But I just got so excited. I was like, oh my God, I can see grass. Like it was ridiculous. There's leaves on a tree, everyone. And I'm
You don't realize what you take for granted until you don't have it anymore.
right.
Right.
Say it again, Brittany. Say it one more
Like
time.
she said, you don't realize what you take for granted until you don't have it anymore. Somebody write that. Make that a sound on TikTok. Like, but no, because you were like, I saw grass, and it's like, golly, grass, but the normal
Yeah.
person would be like, okay, it's grass. But when you haven't seen grass in 4 years,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Even something
Right.
simple as when, like, for example, I was in a park with my boyfriend, and we were walking back to the car, and he saw a bird in the tree. I heard the bird, but he's like,
yeah.
look how cute that bird is. It was like a different bird than, like, it was abnormal. I guess it was like a pretty color or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I can look in the direction that that bird is, and I can see
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that bird. I cannot see that bird sitting on that branch in that tree.
Right.
Wow.
That reminds me and my mom were in the car and it was raining outside, and there was a bird like playing in a puddle next to her window, and she's like, oh, look at that bird. And then like a car came by, and the bird just like casually moved out the way, and then when the car left, it went back to its puddle, and she's like, it's like a little human, like it just moved out the way, and was like, okay, I can go back to my puddle now. And I'm looking out the window and I see a big blurry puddle. I don't see no bird, nothing. I'm
Right.
like, okay,
Yeah.
well,
Like little
Yeah.
things like that, or like even being able to see, like when the pollen falls and the bees are like,
mm-mm.
fl-
Like,
fl-
you said pollen, and I imagine.
But he said,
my
hell
throat started
no.
itching.
Welcome to Florida.
I don't have any now. But just like walking, I'm scared of bees. But one
Uh-huh.
was like, oh, look at the honeybees. They're like getting the pollen, and they were like, I guess, buzzing around on the floor doing their business because the pollen fell on the floor. And I was like, I'm just gonna go because I cannot see them. I'm not trying.
Right.
He's like, they're not worried. They're doing their thing, and I'm like, bye.
Yeah.
Listen,
Right.
no, thank you. You said there's a bee. Point the direction so I can go the opposite way.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
see bugs at all until they're in my face. So yeah, when I hear them, I move. I just go somewhere else.
yeah,
Same.
that's the thing with me. Is like that's what drives me crazy. It's like I can't see them, but then it buzzes past your ear, and you're like, ah, like
Yes.
I
and
always,
I hate the fact that I can't see bugs because like it's just like the unknown. Of course, people fear the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it.
yeah, exactly.
That's how I feel
Yeah.
about white cars, by the way. If we're driving down the road and any other car stops short in front of us, I can see it except a white car. Then I see them at the last second and they freak me out every time.
Mm. Yeah.
So we should get a law passed. No more white cars.
White cars, all white cars.
No more white cars.
I want a law passed that says if you're gonna have a section called burgers, make the burgers the identification small, but make the like descriptions big, right? Because once I hit burgers, I'm gonna know I'm in the burger section, but I can't read what kind of burger it is. So I'd rather have a large print description of the burger and a small print description of that section.
Like burgers in huge letters, and then like the name of the burger is nice. The description is like, you don't need to know what's on it. It's fine.
Right.
So small. But Jason, when you brought up white cars, I was like, that's how I feel with gray cars in the rain.
Yeah.
Do not exist, especially if they have the gall to not put their lights on.
Right.
They don't
the gumption,
gumption of the gall.
I can't even say a mitigated gall.
Mitigated gall.
Yeah, the audacity.
Oh, Princess Samantha is in the chat.
She's
by the way.
always in the building. Hey,
She's
girl.
always in.
Hey, girl.
And we got Angela Jernigan. Hi.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
How you doing?
She wants to know the doctor's name, by the way, Caitlin.
Okay, Dr. Kirschner, and he is with Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat.
That's beautiful.
Yes. I do want to know, okay, so like let's talk about it because Brittany, we were talking about it and Shy earlier in our girl group chat. I kind of want to just hear how you guys felt when I told you.
Excited.
Should I go first?
Hey,
I was like, I just got so quiet.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna go through this in my mind, right? So
okay, wait. First, I want the honest. I want all of it. Brittany, you could say
I'm telling you
how you feel.
everything.
Okay.
Okay. So when I got the notification, the message from Kate, I was currently on my way downstairs because I have choir rehearsal on Tuesdays. And then after that, I have jazz band rehearsal. So my Tuesday nights are like full. So I'm getting in the car and I'm, in the car. We live 5 minutes away from rehearsal. And I press play on the message. I have my AirPods in. And I was kind of like half talking to Joe, half listening to the message. And I was like, what did she just say? I was like, hold up, I gotta play that again. And I played it, and I like shush him, which, and I play it again, and I'm like, Kaylin got some sight back. And he was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, no. Kaylin, this is great. So cool. Like by the time I realized that in my mind, it was initially, so first thought, holy shit, that's crazy, right? Like that's insane. Because in my mind, even though I know it's possible for other people, in my mind, I'm like, that's just not possible. So
right.
said that, I was like, oh my God, that's great. Like I couldn't fathom it for a second. And then we pull up and I'm walking into rehearsal, right? I'm putting my mask on and stuff. And I'm like I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, I wonder how she's feeling right now. She's probably so excited, probably stressed out. She's probably losing it. And then I was like, how would I feel? And I'm like, dude, like I would be feeling all those things. And I would also probably be feeling really scared and like really like just surreal, And then I sat down in my seat for rehearsal and I sent my response, right? I was like, oh, I'm so happy for you, whatever I said. I don't remember what I said. And the whole time in rehearsal, because I've got my CCTV with my music, and I keep thinking about like, whoa, if that happened to me, I wouldn't need this CCTV right now, because we're wrapping up on some of the pieces, and so he usually asks us to stand for a sing through, and I can't stand because my CCTV is on my desk. And if I stand, I can't see it anymore. So I usually just sit up a little straighter while everybody else stands up to sing. And I'm like, dude, the whole time I'm like, if I got my vision fixed like Caitlin, I would throw this thing across the room. Like stand up and sing and flip the pages. And I was just like, I don't know. It was so much positivity. And it wasn't until I got to sit down and I was listening to the band play, because in the jazz band I only sing like 2 songs. So I was listening to them do all the band songs, and I was like thinking about like any negative, like what would I really feel? And I was like, I would probably feel like really guilty and really lost. Like I wouldn't know like who I am anymore. I would have to like alter my, it's part of your identity. You don't want it to be your identity, but it becomes part of who you are, So it just became like this like, holy shit, like what would I really feel, But never anything towards you, Kate, of like, damn, man, like fuck Kate. Like it was
right.
No, it definitely was not that.
Never anything like that, like jealousy towards you. It was just like I was just putting myself in your shoes and like going through myself, even though it didn't happen to me,
Right.
It was a wild night.
Yeah.
Kate had us all, like all of us were like going through it last night.
I mean, I was going through it, like the fears that I had, like today, it hurt more when I woke up, like the fears all day long. And I'm like, do I not count anymore? Am I out? Like, am I just going back to regular life now? Because this is a big part of my story. This is how I gained my TikTok following. This is how I gained you guys, our podcast. Like, it's a huge part of who I am. And then I'm like worried about like, am I going to turn back into like I don't know. Like I like being blind because I like that I have to feel. And like, I don't, and it's gotten me where I am today. Like I was going down a really dark path. Like I was on a party streak. I was out of control. And like, I am like, does that like, what is this going to like, what is going to happen? Do I just go back to being a bartender? But then I'm like, and then like I said earlier, I'm still visually impaired. I'm still legally blind. It's just that it was just a change. It's the fears behind all of it is like, oh my God, what if no one really cares about, almost like, what if no one cares about me anymore? Because my story was so impactful. Like I was so motivational. I was so inspirational. And like, what if people are like, oh, she's just regular now. Who cares? Mm-hmm. Wow. That's sick to think about.
You're the same girl, but you're going to have so much potential to do so much more for the people around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're still not going to be able to see how much garlic you're putting in that quiche, honey.
Right. Right. That's what I I have to keep telling myself. Like, I'm still very much legally blind. It's just, it was just a change. But I know, Brittany, you have a lot. I know you have a lot to say about it. So let's do it.
Not a whole lot. Okay. But, so I was sitting on my bed bored, waiting for you guys to come back to the chat because I have no life. And I was talking on the phone to my boyfriend, and I played the message. And I listened to the messages on my iPad so that I can talk to my boyfriend because we're long distance. And he and I both heard it. He's like, "What'd she say?" I'm like, "Let me play it again." So I played it again, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "What does this mean?" Like, I was like, "What the fuck?" So then I started, because I am an empath. I'm like Shy said, I'm like, how would I feel? Like, if it was me. Then, like, after a while, I was like, why isn't it me? Then I went back to, well, let's not think about it that way. It just is what it is. And then I was like, I would feel guilty. Like, I would be scared. Like, I would not know who I am anymore because, like you said, I am not my blindness, but it's a major part of who I am. Right. Then the selfish part of me was like, I'm going to lose Kate. I just got her. I don't want to lose her. Because I was like, now she's going to go back to being a normal, regular person like everybody else. She's not going to want to hang out with me because my blind ass is going to hold her back, Then y'all gonna laugh at this part. I get on Instagram and I see she posted the video talking about it, right? And at the end of the video, she was in the car. And I was like, oh, this bitch is driving. Like, this is the mall. Like, I was like, oh my God. So now we're in the group chat and I'm like, Kate, hello. Like, she just literally left us hanging. Like, she dropped that info and just ghosted us.
Gone.
All night. So all night we're like, how much can you see? What happened? Like, we're like, and she was gone, y'all, until about 12 this afternoon. We was on needles trying to figure out on the edge of our seat. You ain't right for that, Kate. Had me sweating like that.
I didn't mean to do that. So I was out all day because we made a day of it. Me and my girlfriend, we just had a day of it. We went into the city, we got some lunch, and then we went to some crystal shops, of course, and then we got some hot tea, and then we ended up sharing a bottle of wine. And at that point, like, I'm still absorbing it. Like, yesterday, I was so numb. I was so excited in the beginning. And then I'm like, I don't know. This is just weird. And then today, I tried avoiding it by sleeping in all day. And then I get up and I'm like, I don't know how to all the fears start sinking in. Like, I have anxiety over it. And like, it's so conflict. And I don't want people to hear this and be like, you selfish little bitch. Like, give that to me. Right. Like, and I don't want people to feel that way. But like, yeah, it's like we all talked about, like, dude, I don't know. Like, am I not going to be special anymore? Also, by the way, please do not think that I would ever just like up and leave y'all or ditch or whatever. Like,
that's what I was like. I was like, she don't want to be my friend no more.
No, absolutely not. I've told you guys before, like, I consider you guys my best friends. We talk every single day
together. We go to sleep together. We talk all day long. Like, it's crazy.
Literally all day long. We are, I just haven't felt real, like, girlfriend relationships as real as like all of ours are, you know what I mean? And like, I wouldn't give that up for anything. ever. So
And
like
we
I don't
still
want
got to
people
give
to
the credit
think,
to Jason. You did this.
yes, Jason.
You
It's
guys
It's
are
just
some of the most amazing people I've had a chance to meet. I'm just so happy that that happened. I'm so happy.
just like our whole all of our journeys is insane. Like I know like us girls, we've talked about it before, but like think about it. It wasn't even gonna be shy. Like you originally asked, I think, Sadie, right? And we never got a response. And
Right.
then it was shy and like it all just worked. It clicked.
It just happened. Yeah.
And now we're like who would have thought any of this would have come from like all of us being visually impaired and like just joining a social media platform?
Right?
Right.
Like what? Like people go out there and tell their story all day long, but like ours is just, it's weird how it's just all aligning. It's all falling into place. And like none of it would have happened if it wasn't for the fact that we all struggled through the same type of struggle, just so differently.
Yeah.
And like look at the other side, right? So like there's a lot of people that look up to us. There's a lot of people that come to our pages to see like not only like what's going on in our life, but we're open about it. We talk, we just tell people how we get through our day. And like that counts. That's what like I feel like for me at least, this put me on my path. This is giving me my purpose. Like I went blind and all of a sudden I gained a true purpose in life. I felt something.
Right.
Like and people were listening. And like it was helping people. And I'm like, all I'm doing is just sharing what happened. But like now all of us are just, I don't know. I like to think big picture, like I like to think that we're going to go all the way. You know what I mean? Like this podcast is going to be something huge one day. We're going to really change people's lives. We're going to just, I don't know, all for the better. Okay. I'm done being deep. Next.
Can I just really quickly say that Willie White is here, and we got Daisy Rosellis and the Blind Kitchen Lady's back. So hi to the Blind Kitchen Lady.
Hey, Blind Kitchen Lady. We're gonna have to have her on.
I know. We've been talking about you.
We've been talking about you, Blind Kitchen Lady.
Yeah.
Be expecting to hear from us.
Yep. Because you're one of the next victims on our list. We want you.
But we want to hear. We want to hear from.
To pick your brain.
I want to know who everybody is. So if you can put your TikTok link in the chat, because I'd like to like go and look at these people later and see what's up. You know, so I want to see their accounts. I want to see what's going on. I want to see.
Well, everybody knows the Blind Kitchen Lady. Who doesn't know her?
Right.
You guys think Blind Amy would do it? Anybody?
Absolutely.
Love her. That would be great.
I started with her. Like she was the very first one I ever saw.
Same.
You know, you know what I would actually really enjoy? And maybe, I don't know, we've never done this before. We're a new show. But if she could come on and then maybe for like the last 20 or so minutes, her son could be on. Because I would really love to hear the perspective of a child with a blind parent.
Absolutely.
I feel like that'd be so cool. But obviously that has nothing to do with me. That's their decision.
Right.
I think that'd be so.
I think it would be important to hear a lot of like, you know how we want Elisa's mom to come on. Yeah, if Blind Amy's like son would want to come on, like I want to hear, like it would be cool even to have like my trainer on, right? Just to like see what it's like being around all of us from their perspective.
It's so weird. When I was a kid, my mom lost the bottom half of her leg. So she used to wear a prosthetic. So for me, disabilities were just natural. But like the kids in my neighborhood, they didn't get it, you know? So one day she's sitting on the bed and she wanted to take her leg off. And the kids were over playing and she was like, I need help. You guys got to pull on my leg and help me get it off. But they were too young to understand. So when they ripped the leg off, they thought they ripped her leg off. And they wouldn't come back over to my house.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, they were probably scarred.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. They probably started screaming.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But then when they saw her later on with the leg back on, she got the reputation of being the witch.
Oh Lord! Like that had to be a long time ago because people know about prosthetics these days. When I was a CNA, I had a patient that had a prosthetic, and I had to take it on and put it on and put it off for her. Put it on and take it off.
Right?
Why was that so hard for me to put together?
But I wanted to say, Britt, how you were saying like what if she leaves us? I was like, what if, this is what I thought. I was like, what if like she can like drive?
Right.
And then we
Shai's
can
like,
go
come
everywhere.
get me now.
If she can visit me.
Okay, I love how we all just made it seem like I'm not blind anymore. I can do whatever I want. We're free.
Us any details, so we were just
right. Like we were left to assume.
I'm so sorry.
You put us on the edge of that cliff and was like, all right, fuck y'all.
I almost wasn't even ready to talk about it today because this morning was just rough for me. Like I'm trying to avoid looking at things because it's so.
That's my question. My question. Well, see, I had the same surgery, and what happens is that like the scar tissue gets absorbed by your eye, by the blood vessels. Like your body just absorbs it, or it turns into floaters in your eye. So I'm going to be curious about if you get floaters. But what I want to know is, when you look into a distance, does it make you nauseous?
Oh, I'm so nauseous. And yes, I do already have floaters. Like there's black spots everywhere. And then yeah, like yesterday I was so dizzy all day, and today I have a raging headache because I'm trying to readjust my vision again. And I'm so off balance because I do have a cataract lens in my eye, right? So like that's also like things almost look tripled or like doubled if it's too close or if it's too far, and it makes me so dizzy and nauseous.
Yeah,
but I mean, and like, don't get me wrong, I was always like nauseous when I went blind anyway, but it's my vision's now readjusting again.
Right.
So I'm just off balance again.
Wild. The gym.
So speaking of sorry, Shai.
I was just saying the gym should be fun.
That should be real fun.
Sam's gonna have a field day tomorrow.
No, but speaking of nausea, the other, like, what was it, guys? Was it like last week? You know, all the days blend in. I experienced motion sickness for the first time ever in my life. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I went out to eat with my dad and his girlfriend, and I was sitting in the back seat because, you know, being polite, I never sit in the back, but dad's girlfriend was with us, so I let her sit in the front. And then all of a sudden, I was like, what is happening? I had to move over to the middle seat. I don't like that was gonna help. Like, I could barely see out the windshield. I could just see, like, it was nighttime, so I could see like headlights and tail lights and stuff like that. But it was so bad. And I was like, oh, so this is what blind people mean when they say they get motion sickness. Yeah. It's a thing.
So what helps you out, if you can or feel okay with it, definitely ask to sit in the front and leave the windows cracked. The fresh air helps so much. I don't know why, but it just does. You're still going to get motion sickness regardless, but yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it's bad, especially if you're in the back seat. It is the worst.
Yeah, and then my dad drives crazy. And then he wondered when I was driving why I had such a metal foot. But he doesn't do less than 90. Swear to God. Swear. Everywhere we go, he's doing 90. He's turning the corners hard. He's going over bumps. And I was in the back like,
yeah.
Like I almost had to tell him to pull over. Like, can you slow down a little bit?
I've made people pull over. I've all the way thrown up. I'm like, get out. We got to go. Pull over now. The highway's not as bad though, because it's like a straight shot and you're just hitting like 60 something miles an hour or whatever. But the side roads, the red lights, the stop signs, the turns, I've literally had my mom, my friends, I've had to get out of the car and literally throw up. And then I'm like, okay, I'm good for the next 15 minutes. If we don't make it again, damn. Yeah.
See, a friend took me to the beach, and when I tried looking at the horizon, it gave me that same feeling. It wasn't car sick, but it was almost like my brain couldn't comprehend what I was looking at, so it wanted me to stop, you know?
Crazy. I have never experienced, as far as I can remember, I've never experienced any motion sickness really. And I am big into like all the things that give people motion sickness. Like I love roller coasters and rides that spin too much and all that stuff. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I've never, because I know sighted people that suffer from motion sickness.
Yeah. It's like your equilibrium is off. But do you think it's just because like that's your vision you've always had, so you don't know
that could be it. Yeah.
any other, you know?
I think if I lose another big chunk like I did when I was 17, then maybe I'll start to experience stuff like that. But I think because my vision moves so incredibly slowly, my eyes are like constantly adjusting to any changes. I haven't experienced anything super drastic in, I don't know, 17, 24. I don't feel like doing math. In a few years.
Right.
And so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But as far as right now, that's not something I've ever really experienced. Oh, that's a thought. I got motion sick once on a ship. And it wasn't even, I told you guys this, right? So
yeah,
I went on a cruise and we docked in the Bahamas or something. I don't even remember where we honestly don't remember. I think we were in Jamaica. Wow, I'm dumb. So we were in Jamaica and the port or whatever wasn't deep enough for the actual cruise ship to get to. So they dock farther out and then they have a ferry come get you from the ship. Got on the ferry. We got to the island. I got off. I had a day. On the way back, we had to obviously get back on the ferry to get back on the cruise ship. And we make it through, like we're almost to the ship and I start to feel like queasy. And I'm like, oh, why? Like I literally got on this ferry this morning. Like what's happening? And all of a sudden I just start feeling sick. And then they're like, we pull up to the ship, we connect to the ship, right? And they start filing people off of the ferry. And I'm like, I get up to start walking towards the ship and I'm like, oh, this is not
it's not about to end well.
Yeah, I was like,
everyone run.
Move out the way.
I was like, I need to get to a bathroom. And obviously there's no bathrooms on the ferry. So I was like, we need to get in
head over the ferry
so that I can, go. So we're trying to get off the ferry and they stop us because some shit happened in the walkway or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. And my aunt is like, just sit down. Just like, she's like fanning me. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Oh my God.
So bad. And then they got us, we were able to get on the ship and I got in the elevator because I was not about to go upstairs and got to my room and then it went straight to the bathroom and then I was like, my stomach was just turning for like the rest of the evening. I like took a nap.
Yeah, that's how it was for me. Like the rest of the evening, I was like, I'm just gonna go lay down. I ended up taking some melatonin and falling asleep. Speaking of, real quick, guys, it's 3:50, 3:51. Just want a reminder. Okay.
My favorite. She's my favorite.
Right? I'm just wonderful.
I love it. The motion sickness thing though, it's like you have the spins.
Yeah.
And Shy, you probably got it because you were on the cruise ship for however many days it had been, and then you're on the land, and then you went straight to a ferry from land. And so your body was probably readjusting all day, and then you're getting back on, and it's like, nope, too much. All at once.
On the ship, because my cousin got sick on the ship. Like the ship, a lot of the reason, if people don't know, a lot of the reason that you get sick on a cruise ship is because your body feels movement, but when you look around, there is no movement. Because
oh God, that just made me dizzy thinking about it.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
That's what creates the sickness. And I didn't get sick at all on the actual ship. I was fine. I was chilling. One of my cousin, she got sick one of the days, and that sucked because she's like my partner in crime. So I was like, damn it, I can't. Now I'm bored. But I didn't get sick at all on the ship. And then the second time on that ferry on the way back was just it just did it for me. And then I didn't get sick again for the rest of the trip. We had like 2 more days on the ship and I didn't get sick again. I don't know. It was just the ferry.
You know what?
Weird.
You know what it is for cruise ships, like cruises for me. I don't have problem with like motion sickness or anything like that. But being like, was it a 3-day cruise or a 7-day cruise, Shy?
It was a 5-day cruise, actually.
See, I need something like that because I went on a 7-day cruise, and by like day 4, usually me for vacations period, 4 days is my max because I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm over it. I
Yep.
I was like pulling. I want to get off this ship. I'm tired of looking at this ship. I'm tired of going to the Lido deck every day and eating the same. Like I was ready to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, I'm ready to go.
I've never been on a cruise, and it's because of that reason. I'm the same way. Like I can't just sit on a damn ship for like 7 days. I got to go do something. And I know that there's activities and all that stuff. And they dock and whatever, but like,
yeah, but then it's back to the ship and it's like,
yeah,
right. Like, yeah, you're like, I'm claustrophobic. All right. So I'm not staying in a little cabin. You can kiss my ass with that. Number one. Number two, see, that's the thing. I would need like a balcony or something. And on top of that, like, yeah, after a couple of days of vacay, I'm like, I gotta go home now. I'm done. I need to regroup. This is too much.
Right.
I just want to go home. I want to sleep in my own
like
bed.
you want to go home to your bed and be in your own mind. Like it's just a mind thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
I go on trips, and I don't think there's ever been a trip that I was on where I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. It's always like, God damn it, we gotta go home. I'm having so much fun. Like I think the longest trip I've ever been on was 2 weeks. And I was like, I guess I could go home. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. That's insane to me. I would be like,
you said 2 weeks and I was like, no.
No.
That wasn't a cruise ship. I don't know what the hell that would be like. But that was we went on a road trip from here to Canada, and we like spaced it out. We stopped in different places, and like we were gone for 2 weeks in total. And that was like I was like, I don't know, I guess it's time to go home.
Yeah, it's the continuing adventure. I got stuck in Las Vegas for 2 weeks and ended up watching the Mighty Ducks series. I was so bored, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah, like
but I do want to say really quickly, thank you everybody for listening to Inspirations Beyond Disabilities. This is the end of the podcast portion, but we're going to continue the live stream. I appreciate everybody. Did you guys want to shout out where people can find you, or should I just say that they can find your links in the description portion of everywhere?
Yeah, that works. And then don't forget to follow our Instagram page, Inspirations Beyond Disabilities.
That's right. We will add that link to our notes so that eventually it'll be in the description portion of everything too. But thank you. I love everybody. We have so many comments in the live stream, so we're gonna keep talking and talk more about that too.
Yeah, let's get some comments going. Thank you everyone for being here.
People love you. You're my favorite. You're the most amazing people. How about that?
They must be talking about Kate.
Karen Mann says you're some of my favorite people.
Aw, thanks, Karen.
Thanks.
And my heart melt.
Samantha says I love y'all guys so much.
Samantha, that's our number one fan, y'all.
Yeah.
She's it. We're gonna have to get her like a t-shirt or something when we start our t-shirts and stuff.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe she should be getting us t-shirts if she's already.
She is. She's a big supporter. We love it.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
That's the great thing. You don't realize what kind of inspirations y'all are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Can I tell you guys something real quick?
Anything.
Every time I hear the word inspiration, okay, it makes me think. So through my training, a lot of the blind people that I do training with, they hate that word. And
yeah, I know.
I'm not an inspiration, and I'm like, what is wrong with the word? Like I get it. Like I have to survive. I gotta live. I'm still here. But dang, I can't be an inspiration.
Being an inspiration means doing everything else that everybody else can do with a handicap, with a disability. Right. I'm so much better than most of the sighted people I know, and not in a egotistical way, just more in I'm forced to feel, I'm forced to empathize,
right.
I'm forced to rely on people. So I need to build those connections where other people can throw me aside because they don't need me that month. I don't do that to people because I know a year from now I'm gonna be happy I didn't burn that bridge. So in that way, I feel like people could be better in the way that we are. So I'm not saying you're an inspiration because you should be laying dead on the floor crying and you said
right.
I'm saying that you had a chance to be Superman and you're doing it with a lead weight on your ankle, and that's different, you know.
I think it's like the mindset of it, right? Like we but just like you said, I mean, we could play the victim all day. That's easy. That's so easy. But I think what makes us inspiring is that one, we're confident enough to still live the life that we want to live, right? And share our feelings and stories and emotions about it. Bless you.
No,
but
I was laughing because I'm gonna tell you why I was laughing. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you sneezed. But also I think it's because other people, like, it's our perspective of life. That's what makes, I think, like, us inspiring. If anything, it's because we're like, yeah, I just don't feel like crying about it. It's, and like, but that's for other people, right? Like, other people can look at that and be like, wow, if they're doing it, why can't I? And that's the point of being an inspiration. Is we're not doing this to show off. We're not doing this to make us, look better or be like, oh yeah, we're so great. Like, we're not whatever. It's the fact that, like, we want people to watch us or listen to us and be like, wow, okay, if they can, yeah, I can do it too. And like, that's all we're doing. We're just showing you how we have, like, our perspective, our mindset,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brett.
Oh no, I laughed because so the line that you said, live the life we want. Okay, I'm an NFBer. Shy, you're new, but I doubt that you heard the song. So did you?
No, there's not a song. There's a song.
I gotta know.
Girl, okay, I'm gonna look it up and send it to you guys in the group chat after. Okay, so I did something called Bell Camp with NFB a couple summers ago, and it's like with the children or whatever, right? So we had to teach them the words to the song. So it's like an official song for blind people. It's by a blind person about being blind, and the artist's name is Bobby Brown. So look, right, they were like Bobby Brown. I was like, Bobby Brown made a song for blind people. It was like, not that Bobby Brown. And I was like, wow. I was about to get up and get the Michael Jackson, but okay. So a line in the song is like, live the life you want, nobody can. Like, I'm gonna get the song and I'm gonna play it for you guys. But you said that line and it just made me think about the song. It's kind of a corny song, which is why I laughed.
Awesome.
But it's a whole song and it's the NFB theme song. Like, they play it at the meetings. They play it everywhere.
That's funny.
If NFB doesn't hire you soon, I'm gonna send them a very angry, concerning letter.
I know, right? It's how it is.
Somebody in the chat asked if any of you have pets. I don't think anybody.
We get asked that every time.
Right?
Oh, Shy, this is you, girl.
Shy, all you.
I wish I could show him to you. His name is Max.
That's right, Max.
He is a Shepherd Malinois Chow mix. He's a mutt from a shelter. He's not a guide dog or anything. He's just a real sweet pup, and he's all over my TikTok if you want to see him.
That's true.
He's the best.
He's all over our group chat, drinking with his thirsty ass. All you hear is him in the background, like
background. Yep.
And I'm like, okay, Max is thirsty today.
He's currently laying behind my roller chair. He likes to do that because apparently he likes getting run over by a rolling office chair. I don't know.
He just wants to be with you all the time.
We've got videos of him sunbathing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cute. He's the best. But
and then go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, also, I love when we have a group chat, right? And we, for the most part, we just use voice messages. And like, Shy will be in the middle of a voice message just talking to Max. And then we all jump in and we're like, hi, Max.
Like, Shy will be like, right, Max? And Max will just be like, silent. It'll just be crickets.
She'll be like,
and then...
yeah, she's like, say good morning to the ladies, Max.
And then Max won't say nothing, and then Shy's like, you are so disrespectful. our group messages are off the chain.
They are.
But it's funny. I wanted to, aside from Max, he's great, but I wanted to, Jason, you said something about us being quote unquote better than some sighted people, and it made me think of two characteristics that a lot of VIPs have that sighted people don't, or that we have more of, and that's, one is patience and the second one is trust. because both of those things are imperative to being a blind person. And
True.
it's something that I've noticed. Even my most sighted friends are
Mm-hmm.
less patient than me.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Have to be. We have no choice. There's no other option. We're constantly waiting on something or someone, and that's just the way our lives have to work. And when it comes to trust, I mean, are you kidding me? Like, we're constantly having to, not
You
for
trust
everyone,
someone.
but we're constantly having to trust people, strangers even.
Right.
Even if you're in a situation where you can't see and being where like, hey, is this how I get to wherever? Or is the like you're just trying to get some information. It'd be easier if you
Right.
ask
Right.
than it would if you try to figure it out yourself. And that comes with a lot of trust. You have to be able to trust people in order to do that. And that's something that is hard for any human being.
Yeah.
Sighted, blind, any disability, any human, as a human being, it is hard to trust other humans.
It's something we just have to do.
Just have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, living in the cities where I live in, you have to have the gift of discernment because people they like to mess with you because they see that you're
Yep.
blind. And so you have to be like, should I trust what he just told me?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And then also I feel like in things like that, like small things, getting information to find how to get somewhere, things like that. Okay, that's one thing. But like the people who are all like really in my circle, like my tribe,
Mm-hmm.
like trusting them, that means that you really are a good person if I trust you. Like
Right.
trust you with more than just telling me how to get somewhere.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
to the point where like I saw a TikTok going around of like, what do you do when you get to the card readers? And
Oh,
I
I saw
saw
that.
that. Yeah. It was
trust,
Brittany's actually.
Mm,
Brittany, no,
I
you
didn't
did
post
one. You
that.
did one the other day with the card
Right.
reader, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was
that's
like, what are you talking about?
She
how
doesn't
it
even remember what
um,
she posted yesterday, y'all.
I don't. I don't. Honestly, I think I'm shadow banned to be completely honest.
But that is the
But
major concern for every visually impaired person is that card reader. You know what I mean?
mhm.
You hit a nerve there, and other people were doing it at the same time.
to the point.
I didn't even realize that. But I did see another girl asking about the card reader, like asking how we use it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I never answered it, but I'll answer now. I'm blind cancer lady said that she orients herself with the five that has the braille dots on
Mm-hmm.
it. And I do the same thing. It's just that my card has a chip now, so I don't need the numbers. And it's like those machines have so many small little cracks and crevices. It's like, is this
Yep.
the slot? Is
Yep.
this the slot? And then the lady that I go eat lunch with her every day at her, it's a mom and pop store. I know her, she knows me. I don't even have to, I just call her and say I'm on my way. I don't even tell her what I'm gonna order because she knows. So I could trust her to stick my card in the slot. Yeah.
Right.
But, I mean,
So,
that's a big level of trust. Even like PIN number.
I don't tell
Right.
nobody my PIN number.
It's
Like that struck a nerve when she was like, I tell my family my PIN number. Mm-mm.
Right.
Go ahead, Shy. I'm sorry.
or who knows my PIN? Joe knows my PIN. My little sister knows my PIN, and my cousin who I'm always with. So there's three people because it's just I just whatever. Here, you do it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what? Now that I think about it, I don't even know my PIN. I just got a new card. I don't know the PIN. And
Wow.
I don't need to know it because it doubles as a credit card, but it still comes out as debit. So I'll go and tell them to do credit and it'll still go through.
I do that. My aunt, my godmother actually years ago. God, I love her. I have to call her. She sorry.
Okay.
Um, she told me years ago because when I lost my vision in the middle of my junior year, I moved in with her and her daughter because her daughter was helping me with my math classes because I suck at math. So
So do I. You're not the
I
only one.
lived with them for a while, and they were living with me while I was going through the mental, emotional turmoil of
Mm.
losing my vision. That's where I was living at the time. And she told me, she's like, hey, now that it's harder for you to see the screen and the pin and all that stuff, just tell people that it's a credit card. She's like, it'll still go through. You'll still see the amount and everything. It'll go through as debit, but you just tell them it's a credit card and then you don't have to put your buttons in. So I started doing that. But then now they don't make you sign anymore. But at the time, they would give you the receipt and make you sign it. And then I was like, well, shit, this is even harder than the numbers.
I just sign that thing anywhere, or I just put my face all in the counter.
Yeah, that's what I would.
But I
now,
don't know if you. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna say they don't make you sign anymore now, so I still will go if I'm alone. If I'm not with one of those 3 people that knows my, then I'll go. I'll just do credit, or if it's a card reader that has the numbers with the 5, then I'll do it myself.
So nowadays, you really don't have to sign anymore unless it's over a certain amount. But I don't know if you have one, like the little black little signature card thingy, and it has a slot, and they just put it on there, and you just, yeah. But I carry it with me. I don't use it though because it's too much. Like, I'm not about to do all that. I'm just gonna sign anywhere and keep it moving.
Right.
I use that at like doctor's offices or like work.
Right.
Like whatever. If I needed to sign something for work, I would use it, but not at the store. People are behind me trying to pay.
Right. Don't have time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so lazy compared to y'all. I'm just like, whoever I'm with, I'm like, this is it. Sign it. Add the tip. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Let's just go. Because one, I don't have enough money in my account for anyone to have a free day with. Like, you're gonna be so disappointed.
Embarrassed.
You're gonna be so disappointed.
You required nothing but debt just now.
Right. Like, good luck with that one. I'm not encouraging it, but like, whatever, you're gonna be so upset. But also, like, Shy, back to the trust thing, right? So like, I feel like there's like these 2 different sides of trust when it comes to being visually impaired, right? So like, it's the one, like what you said with the PIN number, or like trying, like, I need a ride to an appointment, and then you have to trust that person to not be late, right? Because of whatever they got going on in their life, or if they hit traffic, like, you got to trust that person. They're going to show up. They're not going to forget. They're not going to be late, whatever. And then I feel like there's the emotional side of it. Where like I think about you guys, you guys are in serious relationships. That shit freaks me out. I have no idea what the hell is going on behind the scenes in people's lives. There's just a whole other side to it that, like, I'm just supposed to trust you. Yeah. I'm just supposed to, like, literally trust that you're not going to screw me over. You're not talking to other people. You're not, you could get away with murder and I wouldn't know.
Please do not don't think for one second that we weren't just always peachy keen. We went through a thing. We definitely did. We built up to the trust.
Yeah.
But it takes 2. It takes 2 people to decide, I'm tired of playing games, And then my thing is, you've got that whole vibe thing going on, Kate. Because when I was out there, I've only been in a relationship for like a year and a half. But when I was dating, like, even if you weren't blind, like, that woman's intuition, it's never wrong.
Right.
They're not gonna get away with murder because you just know, like, it's just if you know, and you're like, your vibe that you get, it tells you if you can trust this person or not. Like, you would just have to use that. Like, they're not gonna get away with murder, and if they do, they won't be getting away with it for long.
There's just a lot of people
comes in the light.
I just feel like there's a lot of people that could take advantage of that situation. And like, yes, you're right. I would know. I'm not dumb. I know every single dude that's been in my life. I literally
I'm not saying you're dumb.
What?
I'm not saying you're dumb.
No. I know.
Oh.
No. Like, I know. Like, I just know in general. Like, I've always known. Like, I know someone's not the one, or if they're just like a shithead. But I'm saying, like, things start to progress, right? And then you start, like, thinking all the what ifs, because that's the way we all know how my brain works. It's like, oh my God, what is this? It's so bad. And like, I just think of like, this person could fully take advantage if they really wanted to. And I just have to, like, trust. And then you're playing, like, I play mind games with myself. I'm like, is this my intuition, or is this just me overthinking and self-sabotaging? Like, it gets so confusing up there.
So I'm trying to understand what you mean by advantage. Like, what, like stealing credit cards? advantage? Like
Anything.
advantage how?
No,
I've
like,
had that
okay,
happen to a friend before.
I can only obviously talk for like my life, right? So like,
Mm-hmm.
let's just say I'm talking to a guy, and it's kind of like progressing, or it's casual, but it's not serious yet, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But we're seeing each other, okay, and they know that I'm at home all day. They know that I am on social media and I pretty much post a lot of the shit that I do 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
They know they can keep up with what the hell I'm doing. I am not, first of all, I'm not looking on I'm not creeping your social media page to find out anything because I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. Number two, there's a lot of stuff that you can find out through social media if someone's going to be serious with you or not, or if they're talking to, you know what I mean? Like you just know, right? You pay attention to comments or the way that they post things, whatever. They also know that I'm not at work. I'm not, like, the only time I would ever around other people is if I'm with my family, my friends occasionally, which is mostly all girlfriends, or I'm at the gym. Like I don't know, like they could out be doing whatever they want, and they could just be like, I'm at home in bed right now, and they could be, and I would have no damn clue.
See, that's my thing right there. That's where the whole like being secure with yourself. Because if that's the case, then leave. Like I feel like people make relationships harder than it has to be. Either they're gonna act right or they're not. If he's not acting right, then move on to the next one. Yeah. Like I'm not about to stress about social media. I'm not about to stress about what you're doing to me. It'll come out eventually. Like I usually wait stuff like that out. It's gonna come out eventually, and when it does, I know what I need to do. But people get caught up in that.
In relationships, it's important to remember that everything begins and everything ends. But if you're going to spend the middle worrying about the end, you might as well just end it.
Exactly. You know just end it.
Right.
Right.
Oh, I never have an issue ending anything with anyone.
I'm not saying that you did, but I'm just
if anything, it's staying.
But are you doing it because you're self-sabotaging? Are you self-sabotaging something meaningful, or are you living on your instinct and getting rid of something you should have?
I don't know. I see, that's the thing. And for most of the part, it's always like I know the, like my instincts, like I know, and I'm like, you're wrong, you ain't the one. And I'm like, okay, bye, don't care.
And the one that's meant for you, it's gonna keep bouncing back into your life, and you're not gonna be able to get rid of it because that's the way life is.
The universe is wild.
Yeah. Yes.
So wow. It's like that one person you just trying to put out that flame, and it just keeps reigniting. It's like, oh, Kate, you should know. Twin flame.
I know.
Insider.
We are not about to talk about that. I'm done. I've decided when he wants to, if he wants to come back, I like, we all know when it happens, I can't wait to show you guys the screenshot of the message I get sent, just to be like, I called this years ago, just to say. But like, I've thought about it as much as I've gone back and forth. I think I told you guys, like, for the first time in my life, I don't want him back. I don't care. I literally don't care anymore. I have I have feelings towards it, but it's not like, I can't wait. I can't wait till he comes back. No, hell no. I don't give a damn. I don't want you. I don't want you anymore at all. And like, I think that broke the cycle for me. I think that's like breaking cycles now, because I think I've always let him come back, or I've always just gone back.
I know it's easier said than done, but like, you really be overthinking that. Like the whole, I could be at home doing this. Why are we even thinking about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, what I would say is when you're talking to someone, right? You want to try to get a feel for their lifestyle. Like, what do they do? Do they go to work? Do they have friends? Meet their friends. Go to the places they normally. Hey, I'm going to the bar with some guy. All right, hey, can I come? What bar? Like, try to get to know just their life, you know what I mean? Because then you can decide if it's a lifestyle that you're comfortable with being a part of, or if it's a lifestyle that you're not, you know? Like, I started dating Joe. Joe has no life, just like me. But when I started dating him, I already knew so much about him before we made it like official, you know,
Mm-hmm.
where you went to school. I knew, and it wasn't like being a stalker and being weird. It was just
Right.
talking to him and getting to know him and getting to know that the things that he likes and the places he likes to spend his time, and seeing if that's something that I'm that I would be okay with or even enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, he likes to go to this place. I like that place too. Or oh, this he's friends with this one kid that we went to school with. I don't like that kid. Why are they
Mm-hmm.
friends? You know what I mean? And like,
Right.
but not in like a weird stalkery, I need to know everything about you, but
Right.
Mm-hmm.
just in the way of like, let me get to know this person and their
Mm-hmm.
life,
Right.
not just like t- not just them, but their entire everything that surrounds them, their atmosphere, their environment. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it helps you, it gives you more of a peace of mind of knowing where they are, and not specifically where they are, you know, like
Not the
Right.
fantasy
Like
version
share
that
your
you're
location
thinking.
right now.
Right. Right.
Just
I don't
seeing the
want that
things you want to
relationship
see,
either.
right?
I don't
Mm-hmm.
want that shit. Like the share
Mm-hmm.
your location, tell me what you're doing 24/7. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is toxic. People don't get that.
it is not.
That's not
I know.
healthy.
Yeah,
Like
but it's
now
also not healthy to.
safety wise, I understand. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that you feel like you have to have your significant other's location 24/7, leave, bro. Walk away. That's bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Get out.
what I think is weird about all this is everyone that comes into your life you're defining as a relationship. And
Yes.
I found a lot of times that like when I don't have that chemistry with somebody, that just means they're my friend, and like
Mm-hmm.
I should give them that respect instead of looking down on them for not being a sexual partner.
Mm-hmm.
Look up at them because they are an amazing friend, or
Mm-hmm.
not, but it goes from there.
For sure.
Right. Like I am a firm believer in multi dating because like I feel like when you make date multiple people, you like there's something about this person that I like that I would like that in a lover, or this person does this that would I would like that, or I wouldn't like this. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And it keeps you from being obsessive over one person. Like, what are you doing? Where are you going? What is he doing when I'm not
Mm.
around? You know.
Yeah.
So
You're just
and
but then
also when you're
you're wasting the middle so you never know who that person is. If you're constantly worrying about who they're going to be,
yeah.
then there's no relationship there. It's just trying
Mm-hmm.
to guess and that's no
But
fun.
I also feel like you put like he's literally like I'm not just saying in general, like they're literally just a friend and you need to treat it as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, so I heard someone say the other day, stop dating people and looking for potential in who
Yes.
they could be.
Yes.
That's not how that works.
I told
Like
my
you're
Yes.
supposed to,
I told my friend stop turning a Tinder date into a husband and you'll have a better
Yes.
time. Yeah.
Come
right,
on. Say it.
right,
Come on, Jason.
Right?
Preach.
And she's so much happier because now once she starts seeing those signs, she has that three strikes and you're out. One time
right.
you made a mistake. The second time that's a pattern. The third time I'm not giving you that chance. I'm backing
Yep.
off. And she's
Right.
happier. She's meeting better people.
Right,
Exactly.
right. I realized, so like I thought about when I heard that person say that, I think I was listening to like a YouTube channel thing, and I thought about it, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize I've done that. I didn't realize at all that I've done that, because I'm like, here's the good things about this person, here's the bad things, right? And then I'm like, but this is what they could potentially be if they would do this, this, and this.
Mhm.
What the hell is
Mhm.
that? That is terrible. That first of all, that is not why we should be dating people in general, right? Is looking at
Right.
their potential. But number two, like people are going to be who they are, and they're going to change or readjust
Yeah.
if they want to. People will always do what they want to do, regardless. At the end of the day, they're not going to like. They'll leave if they want to leave. If they want to play around, they'll play around. And if they want to get serious with you, then they'll do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Consistently.
Exactly. Like that's it. And like when I heard him say that, I was like, yo, I never even thought about that because I've done that in the past. Like I've really just looked at the person and been like, they could like in the future, or like potentially they have this, this, and this going for them. And I'm like, I think about it now and I'm like, what the I'm an idiot. Why would I do that?
This is the position I need. I need a boyfriend for the boyfriend position in my life. I need a bunch of friends too, but this guy's applying for boyfriends, so that's all I'm going to see him as. But sometimes it's just this awesome friend that comes over and enjoys your company once in a while, you know?
Right.
And enjoy some other things once in a while, you know?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know, we all need a little release every now and then.
Love it.
I feel like it's a good mentality to have, to where, okay, this person, I'm bringing this person in, I'm getting to know them. But I think instead of like, in the same vein of what Jason's saying, instead of it being like, I'm getting to know this person so that they can be a potential partner for me, I think it should be, I'm getting to know this person, period.
Period.
Right.
If it goes there, cool.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm just having fun. I'm meeting a new person. I'm getting to know this person. The end.
Brittany put it in perspective for me, like, what was it, like last week or something in our group chat? Because I shouldn't say this at all, but I've been hanging out occasionally, getting to know someone, whatever.
Nice.
And I said something in the group chat and I was like, I'm so annoyed because he doesn't text me every single day. And I don't want to sound like a psycho. I also don't know if I'm overthinking this, but then at the same time, I said something like, why is he not obsessed with me yet? I'm so, and I can't figure it out. And I go, and I'm like, I need to, like, do I text him? Is that too much? Like what? And Brittany's like, Caitlin, the universe is handling it as we speak. Stop.
Right? Stop acting like a man.
Like she literally was just like,
that's what every man thinks, by the way. Why isn't she obsessed with me yet?
I am a man, Jason. I am a man. This is why guys run away from me. They're like, holy shit, what the hell?
Like, that scares people off. Like, what the hell?
But she also, like, you said something like, if it's meant for you, it'll happen. Like, you need to stop overthinking it. Like, it's not that serious. You guys only hung out a couple of times. He doesn't have to talk to you every single day.
Exactly.
And I'm like, no, you're right. Like, you're so right. And like, after that, I just don't stress about any of it anymore at all. I don't even think into it that much. I don't.
To me, it's
not me saying some real shit and don't even realize. Go ahead, Jason.
To me, it's the staircase theory. Right now, you're on the first step, right? And that isn't texting all the time. That's booty call time. And if he commits and does something and says, "I want to be exclusive," well, welcome to step 2. There's things we do in step 2, right? I want you to marry me, fiance. That's step 3. Now we're getting somewhere.
All the way.
But you can't say, well, he's not giving me step 2, you know. Logic when you're on step 1. So you can actually ask him to go to step 2, or you can accept step 1 for the wonderful thing it is for as long as you can. People forget that, like, holding a woman's hand is super sexy, and if we jump past that to something else, you're missing that build up. And so step 1 is just this awesome place where there isn't that responsibility. There isn't the obsessive texting all the time, you know. You're not stalking each other. It's like, hey, I'm coming over. Hey, that's great, because that's all I expect from you. Bring some chips. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I like that. I like that perspective. I also like the fact that I think, like we've talked about it before, the new and the beginning, the excitement of it all. If I could make that last forever, right? Like, that would be cool, like whatever. But I also know I'm at the point where eventually, yes, I do want someone serious in my life. I'm not going to block it anymore, but I'm also not going to take it so serious in the beginning, because it's not that serious. It's just about having fun and like what Shai said, just getting to know each other right now. And I can spot a red flag from a mile away. Like, call us blind, but we can spot a red flag. Oh, yeah. And as soon as I see one, I'll just leave. It's not that serious. Because I don't have like feelings for anybody as of now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Have fun. I mean, that's what it's about right now. Right now. That's all.
Right. Yeah. Just right. And that's the thing. Everything should just be about right now.
Totally.
Yeah.
The
But
things you can't control, yeah. I mean, you have no
Right.
choice, Work on the things you can control and let those other things spin in orbit until they come your way again.
but
Right.
Kate, you said the newness, you wish it could last forever, right? So this is my question for Shy, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so me and my boyfriend, we've been together like a year and a half, and it's like, okay, there was the newness in the beginning of getting to know each other because we did not expect to be where we are. Like we were not supposed to go this far, right? At all. Like seriously, like we were just like he was like my best friend, and we were just like we would be talking about the people we were dating and all this other stuff. Next thing you know, we're dating each other, but like every time we took a step, there was newness to that step.
Yep.
So
Totally.
like Kate's like, I wish the newness would stick around. And I'm like, yeah, but with every step, there's a newness.
Yep.
And it's amazing.
There's you're still discovering and learning and taking.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Joe and I were together. Joe and I have been together. It'll be 4 years in November. So like 3 and but we were friends for like a year or so before we were even looking at each other any type of way. And we were together for a year and some change before we moved in together. So that year and some change felt amazing and fresh and new and fun. And then we moved in together. And that's like a whole nother new,
A whole, yes.
now it's new again, and nothing's changed between us except for this new chapter, right?
The trust, that more trust you have, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like we're growing in different ways and we're learning different things about each other and we're pissing each other off in different ways. And
yep.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
You'll definitely figure that out.
I mean, it's new, it's good and bad new, right? And that's what being with a person is. People forget that it doesn't just magically become sunshine and rainbows just because you're in a committed relationship. That's not
right.
Or people think the opposite. Like they're like, I feel like if I get into a relationship, it's just gonna fade away and we're not gonna be happy anymore. And that's definitely not the case either.
No, it's like
it's growing together.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
because I feel like the people who faded out, they didn't grow together. They grew apart.
Right. Yeah. Holy shit. That was a vibe, dude.
No.
Holy shit.
Not me spitting that realness.
That was like that holy damn.
Boom.
Bars. What she said they didn't grow together. They grew
apart.
Yes.
Boom.
Wow.
I love
that. I be here with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm smart. I'm wise. Okay, come get some of this wisdom. It's like, no, stop. I'm joking. I'm joking.
But I think you need to know. You need to know somebody's like worst and somebody's best.
Oh my
so
God,
sure. I'll never commit to anybody until we've had that fight. I know how you fight. If you fight fair, then I'm all with it.
Jason, that right there, that was a word because my father told me he was like never settle down until you see them at their best and at their worst.
Right.
And I was like, okay. I don't think I've necessarily seen my boyfriend's worst. I mean, we've been there before, but like, I don't think it was worse. So we still got some work to do.
In my opinion, you need to see the gambit of the emotions. How is that person happy? How are they sad? Have you ever seen them cry before? How is that person when they're angry? How angry do they get? That is extremely important. And how do they deal with that negative energy? How do they let it go? Because that energy comes in and then it's got to go out somehow.
Right.
Make sure that that's a healthy way.
Yeah.
Right. Like, do they heal themselves? How do they get through what they get through? And then I also, you guys are gonna be like, of course you fucking do. I want to see what you're like when you drink.
Yeah.
Because but think about it, right? Okay, because are you they're
the intolerable kind of drunk?
And then there's like the guys, oh God, I can't just say guys, but all girls are the same way. When they're like, I love you, and they're up your ass and they blow up your phone and they're just drunk and they're telling you all this crazy shit. And you're like,
can't relate.
What the
I've
hell?
never experienced that before.
You've never had a guy do that to you?
No.
Being like, so, Okay, I need to stop talking to humans, I guess. It's happened to me with so many different guys, and it's like, yo, that's a red flag.
That means Caitlin's got that good. Ooh,
stop it. No, but like also like, are you fun when you drink, or are you angry when you drink?
Right.
Do you start shit with people? What do you get cocky when you drink?
Yeah.
Or are you irresponsible when you drink? Are you like getting in the car and drive? Like, what are you doing when you drink?
So it's safe to say you expect to be with someone who drinks. You need a partner who drinks.
No,
I can't. I can't date somebody that drinks. And I dated somebody who was repetitive. Every time they drank, it was the same conversation. I want to hear this song to this song to this song, you know? And there's only so many times I'm going to listen to Say Something when you're drunk, because you're not thinking about me, you know?
Right.
So I don't date drinkers. And I'm in Florida, which means basically I don't date.
I don't date anyone.
Right.
Okay, but like, Brittany, you said like you like I would date, I'm looking for someone that drinks or whatever. No, hell no. If you don't drink, if you're sober, I'll date you. It's probably better to date people that are sober if you think about it.
But okay, this is my thing though, because my boyfriend is sober, been sober 8 years. Let me not tell that man's business. I drink. I'm not like but I'm a social drinker. But my thing is, then I feel like then like you would become the intolerable one, the annoying one. You know what I'm saying? If you're dating someone who's sober. So I would date someone who's like me, who likes to drink. Because like, for example, my father can't stand liquor. He hates it. And he doesn't want to date a woman who does, because it's not something he likes.
Yeah. No, I need a social drinker. Joe and I are both like
social, yeah.
Social drinkers. Like, that's fine. I keep a bottle of wine in the house for when I feel like it. You know, we buy beer every once in a while just to try. We go to breweries together. You know, like I need someone who can appreciate alcohol, because it's something that I grew up with it. My family loves to drink. My grandpa, my grandparents are from California, like not from California. They lived in California, and you know they're big into wine, and like it's just a part of my family. I grew up around.
My family is the complete opposite. They don't drink. I am the one. I don't know where I got it from.
But don't you still have to worry about your significant other being drunk and driving? Like, they're my ride. You know, we might call an Uber if they tell me.
I used to worry about that with my ex.
Yeah.
Like, he got in a couple car crashes drunk driving, and he used to drive me nuts. But I don't have to worry about that now, because me and my boyfriend are both fine. What? We're not driving.
Right. I don't see it like, okay, if I think it's the perspective of the person. So if like your significant other is sober and you're the drinker, it's understandable if someone's sober and they don't want to date someone that drinks or smokes or whatever they're doing, right? That's their opinion. They don't want to be around it for their own reasons. Right. And it can just be that either people are just annoying, or that it's really dangerous to be around for them, right? But then like I would prefer someone that wants to go out and go to a vineyard with me, or go grab a beer across the street. But also, like, people think that I'm a big drinker and I'm a big partier and all this shit, whatever. I can go a whole month without drinking and not even think about it. And sometimes I don't buy alcohol. Like, for the most part, I usually do not keep alcohol. Like, when I go to the grocery store, I never buy alcohol. It's like just something I usually don't do. If I get like a case of White Claws or Trulies or like a bottle of wine, it's just like if I know someone's going to come over tomorrow, or if like I'm going to a party or something and I need to bring my own alcohol with me type thing. Like, I don't really keep it at home like that. I mean, occasionally I do. Like, now I have a bottle of wine in my fridge. It really sat there it's been in there for like a whole week. I cracked it open 2 days ago and I haven't drank it since.
Yeah. I mean, I just like having one bottle in the house for the days that I feel like having a glass of wine.
Right.
There. It's like, oh, cool. I feel like having a glass of wine today. Let me just go to I have like a little shitty wine rack that I got from my mom. That has like one bottle in it. So I'll just take my little one bottle, and then when I finish that one bottle, I buy another one bottle to stay in the wine rack for when I feel like it. But it's
right.
there, and then if somebody comes over and I can be like, hey, do you want a glass of wine?
Glass of wine, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's nice to have something to offer someone. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you the last week or so, I've probably been drinking way too much, but yeah, like usually it's just not, I don't know. But I also understand. What?
Just gotta trust who you're drinking with, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're on the topic of wine. What's you guys' favorite? Mine, I like, okay, so there's this brand called Sweet Bitch, not the Moscatos. That's too acidic and it doesn't have enough liquor. I forget who it's by, but it's called Sweet Bitch, and it's a Chardonnay. But it's like, but Chardonnay is like bitter, but it has like sweet. It's a sweet Chardonnay. Absolutely love it. What's you guys' favorite?
When it comes to wine for me, I like a good Pinot, anything, Grigio, Noir, whatever, Pinot. I like, this is gonna sound super alcoholic, but I just generally like alcohol. So,
just period.
So if you give me a glass of wine, unless it's like a dry wine that like makes my mouth feel dry, that's I hate that. That's the only thing that I'm like, if it's a dry wine, I'm not gonna drink it. But otherwise,
yeah, I don't like dry either.
Yeah, but otherwise, if you give it to me, I'm probably gonna drink it because I just
me too.
Crazy, but I just like alcohol. I just do.
We're not advertising. You must be 21 or older to drink alcohol.
I mean, I'm a Sauvignon Blanc girl. I also like Pinot Grigios. I like the fruitier, like wines. But if it's too sweet, like you will not catch me drinking Moscato. Absolutely not.
That is too ill.
Yeah, I like a good like a rosé and a Riesling if I'm feeling like crazy. But I don't really drink. That's the thing. So that's another thing. I very rarely, I'm not a liquor person. I occasionally will have like a margarita. But I don't drink liquor. And I only drink like hard seltzers. I don't drink beer. I just drink white wine and the seltzers. I used to love all of it. I used to drink like red wine, vodka, like the whole nine, but I just slow down. It's a lot. My body hurts. I did a lot of damage to it being a diabetic, and like white wine doesn't have that much sugar. I know people think it does, and it really does. There's about 4 carbs per glass, and the hard seltzers have like maybe 2 carbs in them. And so I just don't really drink that type of stuff. I don't know. That's it. It's just those.
I remember in my younger years, like I was hard, like drinking all the drinks.
Yep.
And I used to do white, but I noticed like I hit 30 and it was like, you can't do that no more. Like I would wake up hurting. Like I remember when I was younger, I used to wake up at like 7 a.m, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed after a night of drinking. But now I'm down for like a day.
Yeah.
So, and then like I noticed I had to switch to dark. Dark doesn't do me like that. So like now I'm like a Henny type of girl. Tennessee Honey Jack Daniels, Gentleman Jack.
That is amazing. That Honey Jack Daniels.
Yes.
People keep calling me, y'all. This is crazy.
Oh, is it time? Is it time to go?
Crown.
What time is it?
It's like 4:42. Yeah, I'm hungry.
Oh, y'all, are we going? Do you guys want to go live with me on Instagram?
Oh, we're going live tonight at 9.
Boom.
8. Wait, you guys want to do 8:30 or 9?
9.
Let's just wait. Let's talk at 8:30 and see how we feel.
Okay.
Is this on Caitlin's page or on Inspiration?
Well, how do you? Yeah. But you guys, I don't know how to do it, so. I can go live. Do we want to do it from IBD again too?
Do that.
Well, no, but you want to do it for your followers, Kate. So let's do it on your page. We just have to figure it out.
Yeah.
But you guys just request to join, right? Or do I have to? How did you do it the last time?
I'll talk you through it. It's easy. We just both have to be in the chat, and then you can add us, or we can both request. So it should be fine.
I requested last time.
I requested too, I think, but what do you mean in the chat? I have to start a live and put you guys, tag you guys in it or something?
No, like we'll go to your page.
Go to the message, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to be in your live, basically.
So like, and then you could invite us up.
So basically you're saying anyone could just request to join, but I have to accept it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We already know how bad this is gonna be. Oh God.
It was wonderful talking to you guys. I'm hungry and I'm gonna call my man.
Yes, you are.
Love it.
See you guys at 8:30, 9 o'clock. Love you, Jason.
We'll see you on IG, everybody.
Bye. Love you, Shy. Bye.
Love you all.
How about we just...
I'm going to. You don't want to say hi?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hey, Shy?
Yeah.
Oh, good, you're still here because I just completely forgot. So, how do you want to handle the Instagram? Like, do you want... I made videos and put them in the drive, but I can post them. But if I log in, you'll get logged out. And I don't want to do that because I don't want to have to keep logging in.
Okay. So, I was actually talking to the girls too. Because I figured out today how to download the videos that you make from Drive. So
okay.
I can just run Instagram if you want.
That's fine.
You keep making videos, I'll just keep posting them.
Okay, yeah, and then eventually just let me know more of what style you want and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I also was thinking, because